Have you ever asked yourself, what is the number one way to guarantee you'll be successful? Ever wonder what is the most important thing you need to do in order to achieve your goals? The answer is more simple than you may think. Stay tuned and let me explain. Hey everyone, Mikki Campbell here, author of Make It Happen and founder of Get Right Personal Training. I would like to thank you for tuning in to this episode of Transformation Talk Tuesday. As you know, the goal of this show is to help anyone looking to transform their body, mind, and spirit find success on their transformation journey. We'll discuss starting the journey, what you should be doing, and overcoming some of the obstacles that will inevitably come up along the way. Today's episode is titled, Keep the Promises You Make to Yourself, and that is the answer to both questions I asked earlier. As simple as it sounds, a lot of times this is where we drop the ball. It may seem small, but I guarantee you that by making a habit of keeping promises you make to yourself will lead to your success and ultimately achieving your personal goals. What do I mean by this? Let me give you a couple of examples, and then I'll explain the impact that this can have for you. It can be small things like getting up a little earlier and starting your day off on the right foot. If you say you're going to get up, say 30 minutes earlier and take a walk or meditate, spend time with God, whatever it is, then do it. If you make some type of promise to yourself about your diet or nutrition, I don't know, like not having sweets for the next 14 days, keep it. Don't even cave in and just have a little taste of cake that Jane brought to the office. Keep your promise. No, one little bite of cake won't kill anyone. But allowing yourself to break the promises that you make to yourself can lead to disaster. Hear me out. It's easy sometimes to not follow through on promises made to ourselves and justify doing so by thinking or saying nobody else even knows. But you know. And by God, you need to have and develop the most important opinion of yourself. Keeping even the smallest promises like this builds self-confidence and creates a more positive attitude. Recognize these promises and allow yourself to feel good about it when you keep them. It's an accomplishment to get out of bed when you plan and not hit the snooze button, roll over, and go back to sleep. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge the fact that you're up and doing what you need to be doing to put yourself on your path to success. Allow yourself to feel good about it. Same with that bite of cake. It feels good to have the discipline and not cave in. Let's think about this scenario a bit. No, one bite of cake won't completely derail anybody's diet. But by breaking the promise you made to yourself of not having sweets for 2 weeks and taking that bite opens doors. What if it's the best bite of cake you've ever put in your mouth? What's to stop you from having just a small little slice? And then thinking, well, that was just a little slice, and since I've already had some, I might as well enjoy a regular piece of cake just like everybody else. Now watch this. Here is where that one little taste of cake can be critical. Guilt sets in once you're alone and away from your friends and coworkers. The conversation you have with yourself could and maybe and usually will go something like, man, what's wrong with me? I'm such a failure. Who am I kidding? And next thing you know, you're going through your drive-thru on the way home and you spend the rest of the night binge eating, not even setting an alarm early for the next day, and giving up on your goals just to repeat a vicious cycle over again. I know because it's happened to me more times than I would ever care to admit. I know that shame, and I felt the feelings of disappointment and failure. But I've also been in that situation and passed on the cake. Here's what you can expect there. Your friends and coworkers will feel all funny and maybe even a little uncomfortable because they aren't able to peer pressure you into breaking your promises that you've made to yourself. See, deep down, They wish they had the discipline that you're displaying and will ultimately respect you even more for your integrity. And I will tell you, that's a great feeling, one worthy of recognition. Allow yourself to feel good about not caving in. You rose up, stuck to your guns. You kept your promise, and you stuck to your plan. That sends such a better message to your subconscious mind. See, if you allow yourself to break the promises made to yourself, you're telling yourself that you can't be trusted, you're not worthy of success, and you won't achieve your goals because of it. But when we make a habit of keeping those small daily promises, we send a better message of achievement, victory, and success. In recognizing this, we start to subconsciously change the way we look at ourselves and begin to realize, hey, I can do this. I am worthy, and I will achieve my goals because I can trust myself. I show up for me in spite of the obstacles that are on my path. And these promises kept add up, provide motivation, and create a momentum that will ultimately take us to our finish line. I encourage you to take a look at what promises you can make to yourself. What are some simple little things that you can promise yourself to do or not to do? If you've been cutting yourself too much slack and not thinking it was a big deal, you owe it to yourself to change that attitude today. It will pay off for you if you do. The change will be immeasurable and so worth it. Stack up those wins by keeping those promises. And believe me when I tell you that you are worth it and you can do this. Hey y'all, thanks for hanging around. Check out the videos here, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe. I'd love to hear from you, so don't forget to comment below. Please feel free to share this video with anyone you think that the content may serve. God bless.